Tyler Kranz. Am I saying that correctly?
Hello. Yep, Tyler
He
Kranz,
is
meteorologist here.
meteorologist at the National Weather Service in Portland, and we are talking today about, well, the only topic that's of interest to most people in the Portland area and probably in a lot of Oregon and a lot of the West Coast, which is this smoke that has been, I mean, it's been almost a week now that we've been inundated with this thick smoke. So,
Hmm.
how much longer do we have, Tyler?
Yeah, so you're right. It has been a little over a week now. Those air quality alerts actually started going out late in the day Monday. So yeah, this is pushing over a week now, and I know everyone wants some relief, and I wish I could say today is the day, but unfortunately it's not looking that way.
Mhm.
It really looks to me like the relief doesn't show up until late in the day Thursday, if not Thursday night. So we do have a couple more days, I know,
Yeah.
of this air quality, of the air quality issues and the smoke. I know that's not what people want to hear. If you want some good news,
Yes. Any good
there,
news? We'll take any good news.
yeah, there is
Mhm.
some. So the air quality and smoke has actually improved a lot along the coast
Okay.
this morning. So actually, like in Florence, Oregon, for example, they have great visibility right now, 10 miles. The smoke is essentially out of the area right there for
Mhm.
now. The North Coast, not quite as good, but they're actually seeing a little bit of light rain here and there.
Okay. Okay.
So the coast is improving.
The
So
coast is improving.
that's
Okay.
good.
So that's
Um,
something. What about the
yeah.
coast range? I mean, I was thinking like, should we just drive to the coast tonight? But we have a leaf. This is very personal. We have a leaf, so we only get 75 miles. So we have to stop and charge. And I'm wondering, what's the weather like up there? Is there
Yeah,
smoke up
so
there?
the Coast Range should be a little bit better than the
Hmm.
Willamette Valley.
Okay.
So at least a smidge better, but not that great. It's still going to be poor air quality. There's still going to be smoke around.
Uh,
You really do have to go pretty much right to the coast or right on the beach to
right.
get,
Okay.
actual relief.
I see a lot of people are asking questions, so I'm just going to ask the person who's producing this to pick out some questions that if she wants, just
Yeah,
because there's a lot of questions over there in the chat, and I understand
yeah.
a lot of people have a lot of questions and are really, I mean, it's stressful, this like thick smoke. So, um, okay, here's someone. Should I get a heavy duty mask? Do you have an idea about masks? I mean, I can tell you what I've heard from experts, but Tyler's
So
Tyler's also an expert.
I'm certainly not an expert in
Yeah.
that and in air quality, but what I do know, at least
Mhm.
according to the DEQ, Department of Environmental Quality, in Oregon, they suggest you could wear what's called a uh, HEPA mask,
Mhm.
HEPA.
Mhm.
Those masks actually are capable of filtering out like all the particulates in the smoke and can
Mhm.
actually help improve the air quality that you're breathing in.
Mhm.
But when it comes to like all the other types of masks, they don't actually really do much of anything. So like if
Mhm.
you're, wearing your mask that you've been wearing for your COVID precautions, for example, the
Mhm.
one you wear to the grocery store,
Right.
that type of mask isn't really going to help you much.
Yeah. That's what
Um,
I've heard. I've talked to a couple uh, doctors, a pulmonologist specifically, who said, an N95 mask is going to help you with the particulates that are really dangerous are the ones that are 2.5 microns or something. It's like the size of a blood cell, so
right.
small. So a bandana or a cloth mask is not going to help with that.
Right. And that is why, because these particulates are so, so, so tiny that they
Mhm.
can actually essentially pass right through those sorts of masks.
Right.
So, if you want to wear one
Mhm.
just for peace of mind, if it makes you think that it's improving the air quality, go ahead. But in
Yeah.
reality, it's
Right.
not really doing much. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of you, I can't really keep up with the questions myself right now, but I
Yeah.
know a lot of
Don't
viewers.
worry. Don't try to keep up with those questions. That's a lot. We'll have
I,
Julie just throw some up if she sees some good ones.
I'm assuming a lot of folks are probably wondering about rain. When will we see
Yes.
rain?
Yes.
So initially, a few days ago, the models kind of advertised um, yesterday into today as being having a decent shot of rain inland. And
Mhm,
unfortunately, that has backed off. As you guys can tell, it's not raining out there
mhm,
unless maybe you're
mhm,
along the coast. You might get a little light rain here and there, but inland, we're
mhm,
not really getting the rain. So
mhm.
that's essentially because we have a big low pressure system hanging out to sea over the Northeast Pacific, and it's
Mhm,
just sitting there, sitting. It's not really moving.
mhm.
So for us to get rain, especially inland,
Mhm.
we really need that low pressure
Right.
system to move east and
Mhm,
push inland. The
mhm,
good news is on Thursday evening, that
mhm,
low really
mhm.
does, at least right now, the models have that low pushing east across the
Okay.
area. So
Okay.
I'm thinking Thursday night into Friday, we finally
Mhm.
should hopefully see some widespread rain across the area. I can't tell you exactly how much at this point, but it looks
Okay.
like there's will be some areas that see a wetting rain
Mhm.
and enough rain to help scour out some of that smoke out of the atmosphere and really start improving the air quality conditions and the smoke conditions. So I'm pretty hopeful for Thursday night into Friday that
Okay.
people will finally be happier, the air quality will improve, and the smoke conditions will improve, and hopefully get some much needed rain.
That's perfect because that's when my air filter should arrive. So, like,
When you don't need them anymore.
yeah. Uh, can we be outside for any length of time with children? I would say no, but let's see what Tyler has.
Yeah, I ideally we suggest and DEQ suggests, and you can read it right in our air quality alerts. The best thing you can do is just to stay inside with your windows and doors shut. Have fans going to help
Mhm.
circulate the air. These are the sorts of things that we recommend. And now obviously not everybody can stay inside, right? Some people have
Right.
to be outside for whatever reason.
Mhm.
If you're one of those people, try to limit your time outside if possible. If you can't, if you have to be outside for a really long time, you could always purchase one of those, the HEPA
HEPA
filters.
filter or
Yeah,
N95 mask. Yeah, I talked
yeah,
again yesterday, and go to OregonLive.com. We've got a lot. We've written a lot about it. But yesterday, I spoke with a pediatrician who basically said, I mean, right now the levels are really high, and you should keep your kids inside. As painful as it is, there are possible long-term consequences of breathing in pollution. There aren't any studies that show that because I mean these kind of studies would have to be really like long-term studies in terms of wildfire smoke. They'd have to be
mhm,
long-term studies and they would have to I mean it's totally unethical to actually do it on purpose. So it's basically going to have to be studies after the fact. So maybe this will result in studies. But I talked to this
right.
pediatrician yesterday who told me about an interesting study from some monkeys, some Reese macaque monkeys that were accidentally exposed to wildfire smoke as infants in Northern California in 2008. And those monkeys, I mean, they were outdoors and it was outside for 2 months or something like that, series of wildfires. But that group of infant monkeys had um, lower lung function and immune issues later in their
Mhm.
adolescence. So take it with a grain of salt, but I would say keep your kids inside.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely right. Regardless of what the exact outcome is for each person, and obviously varies from person to person, it's
Mm-hmm.
not healthy to breathe in, right? So if you can
Yeah.
avoid it, you should.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because, on Friday, for example, you might, we're thinking you can go outside again and breathe
Right.
in some fresher air. So look forward to the weekend. And some folks have been wondering, okay, well, if the smoke finally gets out of here Thursday night into Friday, is it going to
Mm-hmm.
just come right back?
Yeah.
The answer is that's a bit up in the air right now. It's
Okay.
certainly possible, especially since those fires are still burning and producing smoke, right?
Hmm.
But the good news I have is that at least right now, this weekend looks like we'll have northwest flow aloft. So
Okay.
winds aloft will essentially be flowing from the northwest to the southeast. So that's onshore flow. That's bringing in air from the ocean. And obviously, we don't have fires burning over the ocean. So
Yeah.
that's going to help bring
That's
in
one good
cleaner,
thing.
yeah, right? Thank God for the ocean. That will help
Right.
bring in cleaner air. So we're
Okay, good.
hoping that these models do pan out that way because that
Mhm.
would be good news. Unfortunately, that is a bit too far out to say,
Right.
100% certain that this is what will
Mhm.
happen, but try to be hopeful because we
Yeah,
are seeing some
why
signs
not?
of improvement.
Okay, cool. Someone just asked about animals and birds, and that I have no idea.
Well,
So,
well, I don't know anything about that, but what I can tell you is I've had a squirrel come to my patio door every day ever since the dense smoke started,
oh
and he
no.
literally scratches at my door trying to get inside. So if I
Oh
had to
no.
guess, that means he doesn't like
Yeah.
what he's breathing in.
Right, yeah. Yeah, the squirrels around us have been acting very odd too. I don't know. So, yeah, I don't think it's
Mhm.
probably good for them. But
And for
and same
dogs
with the dogs,
too.
yeah.
Dogs, yeah, I wouldn't, if I, I personally wouldn't want to let my dog outside and leave him out
Mhm.
there all day breathing that in.
Right.
Obviously, you got to take him out to go to the bathroom and for a quick
Mhm.
walk, but I would kind of limit it to that just in case, because you
Right.
never know how, these different animals can react to this type of air quality, especially when
Yeah.
they're not used to dealing with air quality like this.
Right.
Um, I
And
know
the
for me,
yeah.
my dog that I have is, he moved up here recently from Tucson, Arizona. So he's never experienced air
Oh,
quality like this. So I can tell when
yeah.
I bring him on walks that he does not like it.
Yeah. Man, you can't put an N95 on your dog. I think, yeah, that's kind of do the fan with a filter work? I what do you think? I
I
mean,
I think it would at least help. It certainly wouldn't make the air quality worse.
right.
Is it gonna, save the day and make your air fresh and clean? Probably not.
Mhm.
But I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard it can help, especially if you have the right type of filter. I've
Mhm.
even heard some stories of people using like a wet towel or damp
Mhm.
towel and kind of
Mhm.
wrapping it around their box fan if they don't have a filter, and maybe that helps at least to some degree.
Right. Yeah, I
So
think that from what I have heard from the people I have spoken with, um, I think it does help. We actually have it going because we ordered an air purifier like everyone else, last week and are
mhm.
we'll be getting it this week at some point. But so for us, I would say it has helped some. And one doctor that I spoke with, he said that it does help. The problem with it is you can't like it's not probably going to be recirculating all the air. It's kind of about the air volume and what you can really recirculate. So
Right.
um, I've noticed like and if we put it in a smaller room, it does seem to like help a little bit more with that room. But it's better than nothing.
Yeah, that's what I like to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than nothing. It's
Mm-hmm.
certainly not going to make it worse. It can only help. So, but you're right. Air likes to stay where it is inside your home. So if you have all these fans going in one room but not the
Mm-hmm.
other, well, you're not going to see much improvement in the room without the circulation, right? So make sure your entire home is well circulated.
Mm-hmm.
I think what I've been doing is I have like a box fan in each room,
Mm-hmm.
and so I make sure every room has some pretty good airflow, and
That's good.
that's helped for me at
Mm-hmm.
least.
Yeah. Yeah, we have the one with the filter and we have um like the humidifier going, which just makes it feel a little bit better,
Mhm.
especially on our lawns. And we have the
Yep.
baby. So, um, is the
I've had
AC safe
the,
to run? Yeah, we have actually written about that, and I haven't written about that, but I think it depends on your system. So if you're circulating air within your home,
which
I'm pretty
most of
sh
them do,
yeah,
I
yeah. I'm
believe.
I'm not sure about like the window unit of your AC. That's I guess because I think that would be coming from outside. We've covered up our window. We only have window AC,
Right.
but yeah.
Right. I'm not, yeah, definitely not an expert in that, but I believe it depends on how your
Mhm.
system works, right? So, yeah, like here in the office, for example, we have an HVAC system that actually pulls in air from the outside.
Yeah, that's a problem.
So, every now and then we'll get a whiff of smoke in here.
Yeah.
It's great. But
Just a reminder.
as far as I know, most like air conditioning units, like the window units, I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure most of those are circulating air within your home.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I don't think that'd be pulling in,
Okay. Yeah. I think,
smoke
yeah,
from outside.
you just need to check what your system is. And yeah, if
Right.
you're because a lot of them have good filters, so that's good. Is
Right.
what I was
Yeah,
gonna
definitely check if you still have the manual it came with when you first bought
say.
it. I would read that and
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
what's it say in there because
Hmm.
there could be some valuable information in that.
Totally. Yeah. Oh man, people have a lot of questions. I think that they wanted to talk about this. Does rain make air pollution? Oh, that's interesting. Do you see that?
Oh, yeah, okay. So that's that's a good question. So, it does help scour out the particulates in the atmosphere, and
Hmm.
that's not just smoke, that's dust, that's, you know,
Hmm.
whatever's floating around in the air. It does help wash that out and
Hmm.
scour it out. So yeah, technically, some of that dust and those particulates could end up into your watersheds. So yeah,
Hmm.
that is possible, but this isn't like air pollution due to, car too many cars pumping out
Hmm.
carbon monoxide or like the smog you get in the LA Valley. Like
Hmm.
this is more just from the wildfire smoke. So it's
Hmm.
a little bit different than what we typically think of when we think of like really polluted air.
Hmm.
Um, so this is a little different, and I'm certainly not an air pollution expert. I stick to the
Hmm.
weather. So I wish I had a better answer
Yeah.
for that, but I would say, yeah, I think some of it could end up
Yeah.
into the
Some of these
rivers
are
and
interesting questions. I'm like, we should more questions that we need to answer because I haven't done much. I haven't talked to anyone about
here's
that, but I do think it's an interesting point is that one of the things that uh, actually multiple doctors have said is because there's no data because this isn't like anything else. I really wanted the other day I asked the doctor, I was like, can you tell me like how many cigarettes this is like? Is it like we're inside smoking or something like that? Because I know that that would in a way make us feel a little bit better, right? Because even if uh, smoking is bad for you, we all know a lot of people who've smoked a lot of cigarettes and aren't dead.
yeah,
um,
right.
so, but the
No,
doctor who I talked to was like, it's not like that. I can't make that connection for you because it's different, and that's
yes, correct. Because we haven't seen something to this magnitude before, we can't like compare it to a past year. We
right,
can't be like, oh, in 1982, the same thing
right,
happened, and here's
yeah,
what we learned. So it's
yeah,
more of like this event is the event for it to be of this magnitude is a first for us. So it's
hmm,
almost like learning as we go, right?
right, right, which
So
adds to the fear, which
yeah,
is like that sucks. But
right. And
Thursday night rain, right? Did you say
I
Thursday
did
night was gonna rain?
a question about asking if there will be any lightning with that
Oh
preset.
yeah.
Yeah, so we were actually looking at that this morning, and it does look like there's at least a chance. There's a non-zero chance of
Hmm.
lightning with
Okay.
some of there is a chance of thunderstorms on Thursday, especially over the Cascades,
Uh-huh.
maybe into like eastern portions of the foothills.
Okay.
So definitely a non-zero chance there. We could see some lightning.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's not looking like a slam dunk lightning event. I don't think
Okay.
there's going to be thunderstorms raging all over the place,
Okay.
but I wouldn't be shocked if there's some late in the day Thursday, in addition to your regular rain showers.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's a possibility, and I know that might scare some people because lightning is never a good thing when it
Right.
comes to
People's
fires. That
fires. Yeah.
it could start, if lightning strikes the ground in the middle of the wilderness with these
Hmm.
dry fuels, it could essentially ignite a whole new wildfire.
Right.
So that's what we don't want, of course.
Hmm.
The good news is it looks like it at least wouldn't be dry lightning. It
Okay.
looks like there'd be some rain, some pretty good
Hmm.
rain with the lightning. So that would maybe help a smidge, but not a whole lot because those fuels are dry. So it is still a concern
Hmm.
we have. But at least right now, it doesn't look like the chances for lightning are really, really high. So we're not too
Okay.
concerned yet, but enough to at least think about it.
Okay. Okay. Well, this has been incredibly helpful. Thank you, Tyler. I
Yeah,
think
you're
that we're all
welcome.
just going to hold on to the fact that maybe Thursday night it's going to rain. Maybe Friday we'll be able to go outside again.
Mm-hmm.
And if I guess you know, keep an eye on the coast because I know people who are driving to the coast today. I've already heard from people who are driving to the coast today. So I guess be careful out there because
Yeah,
I don't know about visibility. What's the visit? I'm looking out my window and I know that the visibility has been
right.
pretty bad.
Right. From what I'm seeing from all of our visibility
Mhm.
sensors, we have pretty much the entire Willamette Valley, including Eugene, Salem, Portland, up into Vancouver. They're all sitting at below a mile right now. So that is low. That is low
Mhm.
visibility. So keep being safe out there.
Mhm.
You know, treat it as if it was fog while you're driving.
Right.
Just be safe out there,
Right.
and
And there's
and
still
know,
coronavirus.
yeah,
So,
and
make
this,
sure you're
this
doing
is
all that stuff.
all during a pandemic too, because
I
why
know.
not have it
Well,
all?
why not? Why not just like pile it on top of everything? But,
uh,
you know, we're here. We are,
yeah, we are here to
I just
help.
keeping like, I'm grateful that I've got walls and a roof and, um, a job. And
That's
I'm glad it's clear that a lot of people want information about this. So maybe we'll talk again. Maybe on Thursday. Maybe are you working on
yeah.
Thursday?
I actually am. Yeah.
Okay,
So
well we'll keep in touch. Maybe Thursday we can share some better news with the
yeah, actually that'd be good because then we'll
yeah,
have a much better idea about the rainfall,
totally.
potential actual amounts, exactly where and when, stuff
Cool.
like that. So
Oh my goodness.
so
Baby
hang
just
in
woke
there,
up.
everybody.
Um
Oh
well, Tyler, thank you so much and yeah, hang in
yes,
there.
bye
We'll be
guys.
back. We're here to help. So
Sounds good. Bye guys.